Hi there, here's Christina from Changing Parenting, and if your child is a perfectionist, then this video is for you. I always say you cannot change your child's personality. What you can do is help your child by strengthening their strengths and really supporting their strengths, and also giving them the tools to deal with the challenges that come with having that personality. So all personalities come with strengths and challenges, right? When it comes to being a perfectionist, there are mainly three big challenges that the child will face. One is the lack of a growth mindset. So children who are perfectionists, they tend to avoid any activity where they are not immediately awesome. So they might try something. If they don't ace it immediately, they're like, I hate this is stupid, I don't want to do this again. So this is something that causes problems because, of course, it keeps them from trying new things. So there are things that they won't even try because just as they immediately think, I don't think I'll be good at that, so what's the point? And it will prevent them from enjoying really fun activities, group activities, social activities that if they would care more about the process itself than whether who wins the game or whether they will be great at throwing the ball or whatever it is, if they would detach themselves from the result, they would actually enjoy the activity. So they are missing out on things, right? And it prevents them from growing because we grow by trying, failing, trying again, try, failing. That's a growth mindset, right? The second thing that they struggle with is that they put themselves really high standards for themselves, which leads very often as they grow to burnout, to exhaustion, to too much pressure on their shoulders. So for them, if they don't reach that threshold that they think is the ideal, what they should be doing, they don't feel like they are good enough. So if they, let's say for instance, if they have a 90% in a test, but if they really believe that they needed to reach that 100, regardless of what everyone else will tell them, they will always feel like they are falling short, that they are not good enough. And that brings me to the third point, which is attaching their self-worth to the results that they bring. So children that are perfectionists, they tend to face this challenge where they believe that their self-worth, they attach their worth to the results they have. So if they are, for instance, let's say, and I was giving the example of school grades. So if I have 100% in a test, I'm the best student in class, I'm awesome. If in one day I have 70% in a test, even though it's still a good grade, I will immediately feel like I'm not good enough. I didn't perform well enough. I'm now average. And this makes them feel personally awful, not because they had a bad grade, which isn't even a bad grade, but because they feel like they suddenly are no longer a good student, which means they are no longer that they no longer fulfill that image they have of themselves, just because of, so they are much more prone to having meltdowns when, for instance, I specialize in ages 3 to 6, so bringing this to a 3 to 6 year old, if they are building that Lego tower and the tower keeps falling down, they are much more likely to throw a tantrum because they are less resilient to frustration. And they might even say, I don't want to build a stupid tower anymore. Or maybe you want them to draw something, but if they are not very good with drawing skills, they will say, I don't want to do that, because they know that they will not make the prettiest picture that like mommy does, for instance. So how can we help children that are perfectionists live with these challenges that they are facing throughout their lives? So one thing you can do that is really, really important is modeling. you need to model to your child that regardless of what reality is, right? This is to be really exaggerated in modeling to your child that you don't care about the outcome for yourself, you only care about the process. And you can do this by, for instance, when you're playing a game with your child, and let's say you can even lose on purpose, and then your child might be like, yeah, I won. And instead of you saying, yeah, you won, you say, you won and I lost. I don't mind losing. It doesn't matter to me losing. What matters to me is that I had so much fun playing with you. Do you want to play again? I don't care. Maybe I lose again. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to have fun playing. Or for instance, if you are playing, like doing a collage with your child, and you notice that your child is being really, really picky into putting the stickers in the right place, and that they get frustrated and really upset when the sticker is not placed exactly in the right place. When it's your turn to place the sticker, you can on purpose place the sticker in the wrong place and say, oh, oopsie, it's not great, but I think it still looks awesome, don't you think? Right? To give them that idea that, like, even when things are not perfect, they still look great. They can still look great. And sometimes there is perfection in imperfection, right? So that's one thing you can do. The other thing you can do is also focus a lot, and this is one of the principles of positive discipline. You focus on encouraging the process, not on praising the result. And especially with children who are perfectionists, this is really, really important. You don't want to focus on, look at the nice drawing you did. Oh my God, that looks awesome. You don't want to focus on, wow, what a pretty Lego tower you built. So you don't want to focus on the result, on praising the result. You did great because you achieved this result, right? Because your child is already doing that for themselves, right? They have this need for perfectionism to get the perfect result. So they don't need you to be, making that even a stronger belief that they will get the praise if they get a great result. So there's even one more pressure to get this result. If I make the best tower out there, I will feel like I'm worth it, like that I am, awesome, that I am living up to my expectations, and I will get the praise. So mommy also believes that I am then fulfilling those expectations. Instead, you want to focus on the process, on encouraging the process itself, right? So you want to be really focusing on, hey, you're doing great, keep going. I can see that it's really, really hard to build that tower, and it's almost falling all the time, and that must be really frustrating, but you are doing great because you don't give up. Many people just give up, but not you. You don't give up and you keep on trying. So you keep encouraging and showing them you're on the good track, you can do this, bringing them through the path instead of focusing on the result. And then another thing you can also do is when they do achieve the result, you bring that to internal motivation instead of external validation. So if your child says, look, mommy, I did a great tower, you can say, oh, that looks really good. You must be really proud of yourself. I could see how hard it was for you. So you are proud of that they didn't give up, right? And then you focus on the internal validation for them, right? And then the internal motivation of like, oh, you must be so proud of yourself because you didn't give up. You managed to build this awesome tower. Look, when you don't give up, you can achieve great things, right? If you want to see and you want to know how to do this with your specific child, because every child is different, in your specific family circumstances, because every family is different, then check out changingparenting.com. Bye.